Hey there, Ostrich. We're going to be beginning right at 9 o'clock tonight, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. So we got about 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to be hopping on. My bad, Abram. I was distracted. Yes, Abram, you're always first. I should have known that. You're always the first one to say anything. The name was partially covered up, and all I saw was the TH at the end because I had another window open, and I thought it was Ostrich, but I should have known. It was Abram. You're always the first one of my streams. I don't know where EOD is. He'll probably be here tonight, though, but I'm excited about tonight's stream. I'm tempted. And we'll talk about it later. We'll see what happens here. All right, so welcome everyone. Welcome. If ever I was going to cheat on this career, right now would be it. But I'm not going to. I need some more science, and I've got lots and lots of science sitting on the moon that I can't get back to Kerbal. So, hi there. Are you any good with planes? Not really. I'm pretty good with rockets. I'm not that good with planes. There's about 2 planes, and I plan on getting better, but I'm not good with them yet. 500 hours of Kerbal Space Program, and I'm still no good with planes. The only planes I can build are some that I've watched others build. But no, unfortunately not. I'm not that great with planes. Well, can I show off my A340 anyways? It probably won't let you leave a link. Probably will not let you leave a link because it should be auto-moderated to not allow that. Alright, so what we've got going on right now, chat, is we have, and I'm going to go ahead and do a quick recap. Actually, I can't because I'm not watching the chat. I am watching 3 chats right now, and so I see a picture of the chat. I am not on Twitch, or I am not on YouTube, or I am not on Mixer. I'm watching a picture of the chat of all 3, so I can't actually do anything like that. So here's what's going on right now. We're going up here. We're gonna go ahead and go to the mission tracking station here, and Got a dog barking, but it's being handled by a family member. So here's what's happened. We went on a mission to rescue Kengan from the orbit of the moon. While we were there, we decided we're going to go ahead and land on the moon. Well, we did. We landed on the moon. We landed on the moon. However, how do I fly this? That's a... I'm supposed to be able to click it, and down here, the word fly appears. Okay. It only appears when I do this, though. Resume. Okay. So, I guess let me go to controls here. Okay, action menu. Okay. Select object. Precision mode. Exit cursor mode. Maybe I need to exit cursor mode. There we go. So now, we're going to go see what happened with our last mission. And you'll see, for those of you who missed the end of the live stream, you'll see what happened here as it loads. So I successfully landed on the moon. I did not crash. I did not crash. However, you take a look. Here we go. I am totally and completely and 100% out of fuel. I ran out of fuel several meters in the air. And, yep. Ran out of fuel several meters in the air. And, then I bounced when I hit the ground. And this is the result. So I pulled Kerman out of orbit, brought him. I mean, at least he's not stranded on orbit anymore. At least he's got some company. But yeah, now I've got 2 Kerbals that I need to rescue on the moon, and there is lots and lots of science here that I cannot transmit. I wish I could, but I cannot transmit here. I don't. Yeah, there's a lot of science that I cannot transmit right here. You know, review stored data. And I try to send it off and it says no usable in-range comms device on this vessel because I did not plan on having to, you know, send it off the data. Otherwise, I would have a lot more science, probably 60, 70, 80, even 90 more science. So, I'm stuck with this. I need to rescue these 2. So I need to build a ship, and it's probably going to be basically this same ship right here, honestly. Only this time I won't have to waste all that delta V in the orbit of the moon while trying to rescue somebody in orbit. And that's what happened is I kept having to use so much delta V to finally, because they were in such a low orbit around the moon that I had to be very precise, and it was very hard to catch them, etc., etc. And so I used so much delta V to get this person in orbit that I did not have enough delta V to land and leave the moon. And so yeah, that's where I'm at. And I don't know why I'm using the SAS there. Don't need it. Just using. How am I using electricity? I don't know how I'm using electricity on this thing. Like, I'm using more now than I was with the SAS engaged. Yeah, suddenly I'm using like hardly any. I don't get that. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. Alright, so we're gonna go back to the space station here. Alright, resume flight, Space Center. And we need to build a ship to rescue Jebediah and Kerman. And so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to go, and this is gonna be a rough mission for me, especially since I'm flying on the Xbox. The Xbox controls are still pretty rough for me. But I did accidentally buy, and you guys saw me accidentally buy some parts the other day. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna check out some things. And all right, so we're gonna check out two parts. The first part I'm gonna check out here is first part we're gonna check out is this. Come on, this right here. Okay. All right, its ISP is 275 to 305. All right, so we've got a greater ISP on that. That's the Reliant. This is what we've been using. 250 to 320. Okay, so this is actually better in atmosphere. Hi there, Andrea. How you doing? How you doing? So this is actually better in atmosphere, but the one we've been using, the swivel is better in a vacuum. So, yeah. Thrust 197. Yeah, this one's much better in a vacuum. So, I was thinking we were gonna switch over to now this one here, this Terrier, is actually amazing in a vacuum. Look at that, 345 in a vacuum is its ISP. We're looking at the ISP. I am Brazilian. Well, hey, welcome to the stream. We have people from all over that watch the stream. We've got some people from New Zealand, from Russia, from India. Let's see where else. There was somebody from France that was taking a look at it. I don't remember where else. We might even have someone from Texas. But all right, so this engine is great in a vacuum. We might actually take this one since it's got such a high. But the problem is it's only got a max thrust of 14 kilonewtons. This has one, so we can't use this to land unless we have a very, very, very small rocket. But this engine is great for getting from place to place. All right, that's what this engine is great for. Again, not in atmosphere. You know, thrust 60 kilonewtons. Okay, what's the thrust in 215? 60 kilonewtons. Let's do some math here. California. And there's Xavier. Hey Xavier, how's it going? All right. Let's do some brief calculation here on my. Okay, so using the calculator, we could land this or land using this if our landing gear was less than 6 tons, or if our landing thing. What docking ports do we have? Do we have any docking ports? We don't have docking ports yet. Coupling, payload, aerodynamic. When do we get docking ports? Because that would be the best way to do it. Now that I look at this, okay. I'm gonna take a look, chat. I am from Barbados, the best island. You know, I lived on the island of Oahu for a while, and I really loved that island. I loved that island. Lived on the island of Oahu, Hawaii for 5 years, and loved it. All right, so we need to see when are we going to get coupling. Not there. Advanced construction. Okay, nose cones, detachment, decoupler, tricoupler. Okay, not the same thing. Rocket metrics. Okay, we don't need that. That's not what we're talking about here. So, this will not give us coupling. Okay. landing. Gives us some more heat shield, the ablator. Okay, launch escape system. That's pretty cool. I've never used that shield. I felt that sneeze coming. Couldn't do anything about it. I've never used one of these. It's basically okay if you're gonna crash, launch out. It's it's an ejection system. Advanced flight control. This one is something that comes in handy. Okay, first of all, the stabilizers, then the thrusters. Those come in so handy. Where? Okay, that's an adapter, a stack separate. Clampetron docking port junior. That's when we get it. You need some mods. You know what, Xavier? I can't get any. I'm playing on the Xbox. There are 0 mods for the Xbox, so I have to figure out everything by hand. I have to do everything by hand. No mods, no MechJeb, no Kerbal engineer, no nothing. All by hand. And so here's where we get the docking. It's the junior. If we already had this, my mission to rescue these would be greatly different. And then of course there's this one too, the electronics. This one's awesome. We need to get both of these. If we had both of these, the mission to get them would be simple. Would be a piece of cake. And but unfortunately I don't have them. I need 180 to get them. So instead of going after them, I am tempted to let them sit there for a while. They've got some, okay. My mission is science data from the surface of the moon. We still have this mission, simply because we don't have it. Alright, this is the one we still need to complete. But let's take a look at, okay, not gonna worry about that. I don't want to do another rescue mission, right? Don't want to do another rescue mission. I was hoping, and there's not. I was hoping there would be a mission to go to Minmus. Now, I'm going to look up something here, because I should have enough to go to Minmus, circle it, and come back. Because I want to see, okay, lining up a shot to Minmus using math and calculation. See, the thing about Minmus, see, the moon is in, if we launch up and we go 90 degrees, then we're going to be in the plane to catch the moon. But the Minmus is in a different plane. So we've got to angle ourselves to get to that plane. Okay. So, alright, so let's see here. Incline orbit, direct injection. Okay, let's see here. Okay, that does not have it. We're gonna have to do it by hand then. All right, so we'll have to do everything by hand like we always do. So I want to go to Minmus because I want to get some more science. We'll get lots and lots of science just by circling Minmus. And there we go. Hold on just a second. I'll be right. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just needed a dog was going crazy. I needed to take care of that. So I'm thinking about, again, going to Minmus. Can I just go? Okay, so I need to find out what angle. There's a certain angle to launch where I can line up for... an exact approach to Minmus. Alright, okay, so here's what we've got. Here is Kerbal right here. Here's the moon. Here is Minmus. There's our focus, is Minmus. Now, see, if you notice, the moon is on a direct plane. There we go. with Minmus, or with our launch from Kerbin. But Minmus is on an inclined plane, so there's a way to. Okay. So yeah, most people are just talking about lining it up easy. We're just gonna do that. We're gonna do it by hand. We're just gonna launch it like we normally do, and then we are going to then we're just going to alter and match that path anyway. Now, the rocket to the moon should work fine. We had plenty of Delta V. So yeah, we had plenty of Delta V. So we're actually going to, yeah, we'll get out of here. No, don't terminate. Let's leave tracking station. I gotta be careful with these controls. I'm still getting used to the controls on the Xbox, and yeah, I've got to be careful with them because okay, like yesterday, chat. If anybody's watching yesterday, I played for 3.5 hours, and I tried to save my game. And instead of saving my game, I loaded the game that I started with at the beginning of that 3.5 hours. So I lost 3.5 hours worth of work, basically. All right, so let's take a look at the ships we've already built. We might be able to make them more efficient, but let's take a look at them. So, and we'll see. Are you going to use a lander? I am not going to land on Minmus right now. The issue was I tried to land on the moon before I actually had the capability and the technology of doing so. So let's put that there. Now I'm going to actually, okay, so for my, let's see here, I'm going to do a payload for my, once I'm in orbit around Kerbin, I'm actually going to use the much more this one again. Let's take a look. The ISP is 345 in a vacuum here. The ISP for this is 320. So this one is much more efficient. However, it does not have nearly the thrust that this one does. So this one can only, basically, this one can only be used in space for what I have in mind. Right, we need a science here. Boom. Pick it up. There we go. Alright, this here is what's going to be returning back to Kerbin right here. Now, you notice I got plenty of money to run an extra mission. I don't really need to worry. So, I've got plenty of money. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go with a heat shield. The 1.25 meters should work fine. We're going to open this up, and we're going to put some science in it. Okay, first of all, we're going to put some science in it first. So we're going to throw a couple of these up. Whoops. Let's zoom in. We're going to put 2 of them here. There we go. And we're going to boing right there. There we go. So we've got 2 of those. Come on. I'm still getting used to the controls on the Xbox again. You'll probably hear me say that so many times because I really am. And it's the controls on the Xbox are not intuitive at all. Bring those in here. And we will take this and we'll just put a couple thermometers here so we can take the temperature on Minmus. There we go. Now that right there ought to give me lots and lots of science. Okay, let's go ahead and put that on lantern. We can actually do an EVA there too, so I want to make sure that I don't accidentally block my compartment, because I want her to be able to do am I taking Valentina, I think? I want her to be able to do an EVA there. There we go. So I need that to be open. That'll give me even more science. Alright, so this is what's going to be returning. And I should come back with hundreds of science, hopefully enough to go ahead and get both of those things that I want. And it'll just make things so much easier. So much easier. So now, I need to decouple it. Okay. And we're going to try one of these. Boom. And again, right now we don't care about the thrust to weight ratio. All we care about is just getting there and returning. So we care about delta V. So, alright, so this is going to be what we use in space. Alright, so again, we don't care about our thrust to weight ratio, but we do need to calculate our delta V, which actually that has a mass of 7, which is almost has a thrust to weight. It's got a thrust to weight of about 0.9, something like that. All right, so we're gonna take a look at this spreadsheet that I've built in Excel, and we're gonna look at our weight is 7.010. You know what we're gonna do though before we do that? I keep forgetting to do this, but we don't need any monopropellant. That'll take. There we go. That'll give us a little bit more delta V. So yeah, we're gonna, okay, so 6.970 is what we need. 6.970, boom. Now, that type of engine has, not that type of engine, that type of rocket, it has 4 pounds of fuel and stuff, so it takes off 4 pounds, so we're looking at 2.97. And in space, the ISP of this is 345. So 345. Boom. So we're looking. Yikes. We are looking at a stage value of 2887 delta V. So all we got to do is get this into space, and it will get us anywhere we want it to go. Alright, so we get this into space, and boom, we're good. We're good, alright? Yeah. This will get us anywhere we want to go. Now all we have to do is get it into space. So to get this into space, to get this around Kerbin, here's what we need. We need about 4,000 delta V. Alright, that's what we want. So we need to get this into space. So we need about a 4,000 delta V. Because of you, I got the game and it was so cool. Most of them die on re-entry. RIP. Yeah, there we go. OMG, a KSP comrade. Yes, I am playing KSP. Having a good time with it. I am playing on the Xbox, so I have no mods, so I got to figure up all my delta V by hand. And Xavier, yeah, you have to figure out if you watch my gameplay. First of all, on re-entry, one of the biggest things you need on re-entry, one of these right here, an ablator, a heat shield. Okay, you get that pretty soon. You want to get that quick, otherwise you heat up and you die. That's one of your biggest things about re-entry. Okay, you want to make sure that you have something like that. So you'll see that I have a heat shield, and that helps me a lot, a whole lot. All right, so now this will get us to. I'm gonna lower the music. It's loud in my head. It doesn't seem like it's too loud for you guys. I don't think the music. I'm gonna lower it just a little bit. But yeah, so this, once it's in space, will get us to Minmus and back easily. It's got 2,887 delta V in space. See something. All right. So yeah, that's what it's got. Now we need to get this to space. So we're gonna go. See, how do we want to do this? I wonder how much. Now we don't have the big booster yet. We don't have the big booster yet. And this has a thrust 65 ISP, 20 and dude, these are better. These are better at sea level. May it was 2-stage. Have my sub. Thank you very much for the sub. I greatly appreciate that. And it might pop up on the stream. For some reason, some YouTube subs pop up and some don't. I don't understand why. But thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. So at sea level, this is actually better than this. The issue is this has a gimbal. This does not. So it's actually harder to control. Here's what I'm going to do. Alright, we're gonna get this to space. Boom. Put this in the same. There we go. It's like that. We're gonna throw one fuel tank right here. Okay, and we decided that the chat is slow. It is a little slow right now, Xavier. I've been on for about 30 minutes. Something, you know, a lot of my viewers don't show up until about 11 p.m. my time, so that'd be about an hour and a half from now. That's when most of my viewers actually show up. I'm not sure why they show up so late. I think we've got some over, you know, well, even Abraham is. Oh, hey, EOD, how's it going? Didn't notice that you showed up. But yeah, so we're working our way to Minmus. And we're gonna see. The reason we're going to Minmus is so that we can get the science that will help us rescue Jebediah Kerman from the moon. He is stranded on the moon. I don't know if you caught the end of my stream last night. I don't know if you caught the end of my stream last night, EOD, but I landed on the moon. I rescued somebody from orbit of the moon, then landed on the moon and ran out of fuel as I hit the surface of the moon. So they survived. The lander tipped over, and they survived, but they are alive, and they are. So there's two of them on the moon that I need to rescue. So I'm going to go to Minmus, try to get more science, so I can come back, and then I can go to the moon and rescue them. So that's what's going on right now. Okay, so this has, yeah, the max thrust at sea level is 167. It's 11 p.m. for me. Oh yeah, it is 9:32 p.m. for me right now. You stranded Jeb, yeah, stranded Jeb. So now I've got to use Val to go get him. So okay, so we've got a 167 divided by 9.81. So yeah, our max here can be 17 tons. So we're gonna go ahead and add another one of these tanks here. And because this is not going to be operating at sea level, this will have a 1.0, yeah, basically a 1.0 thrust at sea level. This engine would with this. All right, so let's take a look at our delta V though. We're gonna call this. We're gonna go ahead and call this stage 2. What is our mass is 17.520. 17.520. The empty weight would be -8, so 9.520. And the ISP of this one should be 250 at sea level. We're going to calculate it at sea level. All right, so 250. That way we overshoot it. Wow, so we've got a decent delta V there. Nice. So our delta V for this stage is 1495. There we go. I play KSP on PC since 2014, and I still don't know how to do nodes to go to other planets' moons. I need to die. If you watch my stream, you'll see that I use some. Now I've done it so long. I've done it so long that sometimes I don't use nodes. Honestly, if I'm going to the moon or Minmus, sometimes I don't. Otherwise, I have to use nodes. All right, so we've got so far we've got 4,382 delta V here. But the issue is, let's take this away. You guys will see I'm using this tiny little engine. This engine is no good in the atmosphere. It's only good outside. So we've only got 1495 then to get this into the atmosphere. So we need even more delta V. So we're going to throw delta V at this thing like crazy. All right. So we're gonna go with the coupling here, and we're gonna plop this right there, and we are going to use much more than we need, essentially. Much more. All right, so 5 times 167 divided by 9.81. Okay, 85 tons is what we'll be able to hold here and be able to rocket it. So I think I can put on another one of these here. There we go. 85 tons, and this is what's going to be sending us off at sea level. Now I'm going to go ahead and, before I figure up the delta V, etc., I'm gonna make sure we've got our full weight on here, because otherwise we might have some issues. All right, make sure that's feeding to the correct thing. There we go. We also want to make sure that goes off at the same time as those. We want to get some structural here, so we're going to come down here and go from there to there. Tried it and don't like it. I prefer KSP. Yeah, I like KSP. I've played KSP for, like I said, 500 something hours. So I mean, I love the game. All right, so let's go ahead and put some cones on here for some aerodynamics here. Boink. And then we're going to, we're just gonna strut like this. There we go. All right, so let's calculate our delta V right now, and let's see what we've got here. All right, so our weight full right now is 78340. 78.340. There we go. Now we have, I think I'm going to stay into the end of the stream, even if it's 3:36 a.m. here. Wow. Yeah, the stream's going to be around for a while. I mean, I just started 42 minutes ago, and I go normally about 6 to 8 hours. So, I mean, feel free to stay as long as you want. But yeah, I'm gonna be going for several more hours. All right, so our empty weight, we've got how many of these? We got 3 on each side, so that's 12, which means since each of these has 4 tons of fuel, it means the empty weight is going to be 48 tons lower. So 78 minus 48 is 30. So we're gonna go 30.340. And of course the ISP for those is 250. So that gives us a delta V of 236 point. Oh, we're not gonna do the points. Yeah, 2326. 2326. That's what we want. So our total delta V Our total delta V for this thing is 6,708. That is enough to get us pretty much anywhere. All right, now here's the issue, though. What is our actual... All right, we've got 3,821 delta V before we get to our tiny little rocket, which will only work out in atmosphere. All right, so that's the issue. So we've got to make no mistakes. All right, that's really what it is. We've got to make no mistakes. I'm just here to see you crash and burn. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen, Xavier. Hopefully that doesn't happen. So we're going to add some solid boosters here. All right, this is going to be actually called Miss Orbit. That's what it's going to be called. Boom. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to say 6708 delta V, but what we're going to do is we're actually going, whoops, we're going to do plus boosters. All right, so because what we're going to do is we're actually we're going to throw on a couple boosters. All right, we're going to do we're going to put a couple couplers on here, and this will just help me get up quicker. All right, we're just going to throw them on there, and we're not going to worry about the delta V because I know that it's going to add enough. All right, so now I need to make sure that that right. Actually, you know what? What is the thrust of these things? If they're enough to handle it themselves, thrust is 250. So 250 times 4 divided by 9.81, which is gravity, gives us 101. Okay, so these are not quite enough. These 4 are not quite enough to go into space on themselves by themselves. So I'm gonna have to start my stage here as well. So I'm gonna have to start all that all at the same time. I am gonna go ahead and, just for the sake of, there we go, put that right there. Okay, so here we go. This is a very tall rocket, but the way I've got my staging, it makes sense. So we've got 6,708 delta V plus whatever these boosters throw on. So let's do it, chat. Let's save the craft. Let's launch the craft, and let's see what happens. And hopefully, uh-oh, did they put the right pilot in there? I need to check that. Well, when it pops up, I'll check and make sure they put Val in there. I don't want them to have put a scientist or something in there. I didn't make sure that they put Val, because they, normally automatically put Jeb, but he's not here right now. He is stranded on the moon. Okay, they did put Valentina. Alright, and I didn't put any, oh well, we're fine. Alright, double check my, my staging here. That's going to break off. Then that's going to break off. Then later on, once we're already in space, that's going to break off, and we'll be fine. Okay. So we'll engage our SAS, which Valentina can't do much. Why don't you put noses on the boosters? Because I didn't care that much, really. I just threw the boosters on for a quick push to get up. So I didn't care too much about it. All right, so let's go ahead and launch this thing and see what happens. This somewhat of a monstrosity here. Now, I wish I knew the exact angle that I needed to go in order to burn, but yeah, poor Jeb, he's stuck on the moon, but at least he has company there. He rescued somebody around the moon, then landed on the moon and got stranded, so he's got company there. He's not there alone. So when I go back to the moon, I'm going to need to rescue 2 people, Jeb and this other person. Alright, we're going to go ahead and stage our solid boosters here in just a second. Alright, boosters staged. Now I'm going to tip a little bit. I'm going to start this tip very... You can see how tall my rocket is. So I've got to do this tip very, very carefully. It would be very easy for my thrust to get out from behind my rocket and spin me around. So that's one thing I've got to worry about here. Which means I'm going to have a very high apoapsis as I do this. You know, because it's gonna be going up more than over. Simply because, again, oh, there we go. Now it's tilting nicely. Now it's tilting too much. Okay. We're gonna leave it like that. We're gonna leave it like that. We're actually gonna take a look here. I've got plenty of thrust to weight. What's going on here? Why is it doing that? I've got plenty of thrust to weight. Okay, my apoapsis is not climbing very much. That is so odd, because I've got plenty of thrust to weight here. I don't understand why I'm going at such an angle. I'm wasting delta V doing this. I'm not sure what's going on there. Well, we're gonna leave it though. We're gonna leave it there though. At least we are climbing somewhat, and that's the important thing. The apoapsis is climbing, and we are getting further from it. So that's the important thing. Yeah. See, the thing is, my it shouldn't be bothering me that much. Can you do KSP Sandbox live? I don't know. I'm not gonna rule that out, Xavier. It's not something I enjoy doing as much, but it's not something that I would rule out. Yeah, this is taking forever. Dang it. We're going to revert to launch. Thank you, D, whatever that is. I'm still getting used to the controls on... I'm still getting used to the controls on Xbox, and I forgot to go to full power. I was at 50% power. That's what it was. That was the issue. That was the issue. I was at half power rather than full power because I'm still getting used to the controls on the Xbox. Alright, so we're going to try that again. Thank you very much. That was the issue. Look, okay, now, there we go. Throttle up. See, what I do on the PC is, you know, I hit all the buttons, you know, turn my SAS on, turn my RCS on, turn my thrust up. I do that boom, boom, boom as soon as the screen loads. I've got to worry about extra buttons on the Xbox, so that's the issue. So I wasted so much delta V doing that. Let's try this again. Boom. Okay, I'm accelerating so much faster now. See, I didn't notice it at first because the solid boosters, you can't turn their power down. You can only, while you're building it, limit their thrust. It doesn't matter what your throttle is. So I was, you know, zooming up pretty quick. But then I didn't notice it until... You're welcome. I'll just call... Okay, Wolf. I'll start calling you Wolf there. Alright, so yeah, look at our acceleration now. We're going so much faster now. We're gonna be hitting... now we're gonna have the opposite problem. Where we're gonna be going so fast. There we go. Yeah, see, now we've got the opposite problem where we're going to be going so fast that we're out of that thick atmosphere where we're going to be limiting our speed. Okay, so now our Delta V is going to be going crazy. Or not Delta V, our apoapsis is going to be going crazy high. We've got some wobble up there. I should have strutted that a little bit better. We'll be okay though. We will be okay. So let's get this over here. And I'm going to bring that to about that 45 degrees. Take a look at my Delta V, or my apoapsis. I keep saying Delta V for my apoapsis. That's not good. Yeah, apoapsis already up into the orbital range, okay? So we're going to just go ahead and bring this over here. Yeah, we've got some. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is insane. Apoapsis is already that high. How are we doing on fuel for this stage? We're doing fine. So I'm gonna cut it then. Boom. I'm just gonna cut it. And all right. So our apoapsis is really high, but that's fine. We've got way more Delta V than we need. Okay. Let me put a maneuver node. Okay, there's a maneuver node. I'm going to add the maneuver. I'm going to bring it back slightly, but not too much. I want it to be right on the apoapsis. Boom. Right here. 97. Perfect. We'll keep it there. That's fine. Alright, so the estimated burn... Oh, I need to... There we go. So the estimated burn is 43 seconds. So at 22 seconds, I'm going to start my burn. Now the issue is, I'm going to need to be in this screen so I can stage these... So I can stage the rockets when they run out of fuel. There we go. So since the burn is going to be 43 seconds, chat, what we're doing is we're going to start our... We cut that in half, roughly 22. And we start it with 22 seconds until a node. That way half our burn is before the node, half our burn is after the node. That way it averages out to be right on the node. So, yeah, at this point in the rocket, we still have... Yeah, at this point in the rocket, we still have over nearly... yeah, at this point in the rocket, we still have nearly 4,000 Delta V. That works perfect. That debris right there will actually end up just crashing into the Earth. I hate having debris floating around. So, we'll be fine. My nose is itchy tonight, chat. It's the allergies. Last night my eyes were itchy and I got some sneezes. Last night my eyes were itchy. Tonight my nose is itchy. Okay, we're good enough. We are in orbit. Alright, so now, let's zoom out. Let's zoom way out. Alright, this is going to be our target. Alright, so, oh hey, there we go. Valentina Kerman leveled up. Oops, that's not what I wanted. This and zoom back in. So, these are our ascending nodes and our descending nodes. In other words, this right here is where my plane crosses their plane. So what we do is this is where we want to put another node. Right here, we're going to add maneuver. Boom. But what we want to do is we want to get my node to match, or my plane to match their plane, which you have to eyeball somewhat, but that looks pretty good. Pollen is bad this year. Yeah, and I'm it's horrible where I'm at. I'm not used to having to worry about it so much. Alright, so we're gonna get our node to match there. And there we go. Perfect. Then once I get this to match up here, I'm actually going to do a slight warp, because I don't want you guys to have to wait for 10 minutes. So there we go. So I will warp to right, come on. Right here. I'll warp to right here. How about that? Warp here. And we'll have about 3 minutes rather than a 10-minute wait. Or, 2 minutes. Alright, so it's a 17-second burn. So we're going to cut that in half to 9. Alright, you cut it in half, round it up is what I do. Some people might prefer to round it down. I like to round it up. It's personal preference. What I am going to check is, okay, that'll be 84, and that'll be 129. Okay, we'll still be fine on our orbit. That's what really matters. Sometimes when you mess with the orbit, it'll bring it, different ways and hurt your actual orbit and make it start degrading. But this is fine. This is fine. Now, another thing you also missed, I think, EOD, maybe you didn't, maybe you saw it last night, was I spent a lot of time air braking. I ran out of fuel, but my periapsis was at 60,000, which in this game the atmosphere starts at 70,000. So I spent a lot of time just watching the rocket rotate, slow down, come back out, slow down, come back out, slow down, come back, over and over and over again. It did that a lot. So yeah, I did a lot of that. Okay. So we're about to make this burn, and one thing I can do on this game is I can set my node and tell it, okay, I want it to go out this far, but then I can move it around on my flight path. So I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. Once I get my plane to the right incline to be in the same plane as Minmus's plane. Minmus's plane? I'm not sure how you'd say that. There we go. Air braking is efficient but time consuming. Yeah. I mean, it literally took me zero. I mean, it literally took me zero. Boom. Close enough. Literally took me 0 fuel. But we're at 1 degree. Nice. This is not bad at all. Yeah, okay, so last night I did 3.5 hours. I did a fly. I flew 10 people to the moon. Came back. Then I started the rescue mission out of the moon, and when I went to save it, I loaded my game and lost 3.5 hours worth of what I did. So I had to go do that same mission to get those 10 people. And yeah, so okay, so I'm only 0.1 degree off. This is not bad at all. That ought to work fine. Now, I'm going to back this out, and I'm going to start by putting my node here. Okay, add maneuver. Now I'm going to bring this out, and let's see what happens. Ooh. Oh, that was a nice guess. That was a nice guess that that's where I needed to be. Yeah, that really, honestly, was just a guess that that's where I needed to be. So that worked out nice. With a periapsis of 629. What I was going to do is I was going to get my orbit, out there. And then I was just going to move it around to kind of aim it where I wanted it. But I just happened to guess right where it was. Did you rescue yet, and how are you today? I will answer the second question first. I am doing well. I am doing well. First question, no. I'm actually going to Minmus to get some science. Then I'm going to try the rescue because I'm hoping that I'll have enough science to buy a couple of things that's going to make it so much easier to do the rescue. Alright, so once... Take a look at something here. Okay, I've got lots of... Yeah. Alright, so... I'm going to go ahead and warp to right here. That way I save us lots and lots of time. $8995. Let's take a look here. I should have that left on this stage. I should not have to stage for this. But if I do, oh well. It's one of those things where I am close enough to where I don't really need to get it exactly right. All right. And we're just gonna use we're just gonna use prograde instead of using this. It's just as easy, and in this particular instance, again, it doesn't have to be an exact science. In fact, I'm gonna start it a little bit early. That way, in case I do run out of fuel. Whoops, I don't want to do that. In case I do run out of fuel on this stage, I can stage and be fine. Let's take a look over here. And let's actually do this so I can see. I might be okay. Let's just see what we got here. I'm going to cut it here in just a second and start walking it in. I cannot see what those icons are supposed to mean. Sorry. Okay, let's bring this up here. Boom. There we go. And we'll come back. Well, this won't matter. We're going to have a Minmus periapsis of 1 million meters. But hey, you know what? That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, alright. So, we are on our way to Minmus. And how much fuel do I have left in this? I've still got... holy cow, in this, I've still got over 3,000 Delta V to get there to orbit and to come back. So I'm going to speed up slightly. Yeah, I don't know how long this is going to take me. 5 days. So it's within my warp. You know, my rule for my comprehensive career is that if it's greater than 7 days, I don't warp. But if it's less than 7 days, I have no qualms about warping. So I'm just going to warp out here. I'm going to speed it up one more time. I just got to be very cognizant that I don't accidentally fly right past where the moon meets. Okay, there we go. Let's zoom in here. The issue is, okay, how far am I away from this moon encounter? Minmus encounter. 1 minute. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit it. Hope you don't need a second rescue. I shouldn't here. Not for this mission. This mission should be a piece of cake. I have way more Delta V than I need. We're talking thousands more Delta V than I need. So I should not have any issue here. Yeah, it should not be an issue at all. Go ahead and tell them to get to retrograde. And I'm going to zoom in here. Here, you know, I could actually probably warp to right here. There we go. Get myself in the influence of Minmus now. Whoops. There we go. It's almost a straight shot. Holy cow. I'm gonna warp right here. That is hilarious. Alright, so we're gonna pop this up here. That's hilarious how my trajectory around Minmus was basically a straight shot. Boom! We are now in orbit of Minmus. And I still have... I haven't even gotten to my last stage yet. My last stage has nearly 3,000 Delta V on its own. And I'm not even at my last stage yet. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and get all the science we possibly can from this thing. Starting with... Science Junior. See how much science we can get. 62.5 science. Yay. Boom. Nice. That is a lot of science. I am happy about that science. Alright, so we'll open this. Let's get off that so I can observe some mystery goo. Why can't I not observe some mystery goo? There we go. Now let's observe some mystery goo. How much science is that going to give us? 25 science. Okay. We also have a thermometer somewhere in here. Let's see if I can find it. Boom. We're going to log the temperature. 20 science. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the other side where even though it'll actually say more science than I'll actually get because it'll be the second one, you know. Observe mystery goo. It says it'll say 25 science. It's not really going to give me 25 science. If I can find this other thermometer here. There we go. Log the temperature. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and close the door. And we're going to do a... We're going to do a crew report. Hopefully get me lots of science there. 12.5. Alright, and finally we're going to do an EVA. Where is she? I don't see her. There we go. No. She is not the crew hatch. That drives me nuts that it does that. There's a glitch that I found. It'll say, there we go. It'll say crew hatch, so it won't let you do everything. Okay, 20 science. Okay, so now we need to board. There we go. All we need to do now is make it back home. Okay, we've barely got any fuel on this one, so here's what I'm gonna do. I would rather... I mean, it's way out here, so I'm gonna go ahead and stage. Because I would rather have the debris floating way out here than... Yeah, there we go. Now, we are now down to 2,887. There we go. We're going to prograde Delta V. So all we're going to do here, we're going to take a look. Where is... There it is, all the way over there. Okay. And I think if I continue this, I will be getting closer and closer. Yeah. See, the biggest thing is I just don't want to get caught by Minmus again. That is the biggest thing. You don't want to actually get caught by it again and then throw your trajectory way off and maybe actually sling you into solar orbit. That sucks. So we're going to go ahead and call that there. That works. And we've got a whole day before we exit here. Let's warp here. Boom. Okay. Zoom in a bit and see how much time until we actually pass here. Got another hour. Let's warp here. And we're getting close to having this mission done, chat. We're getting close to having the mission done. And we shouldn't even need to really air brake, hopefully. Just waiting until I am... There we go. So now we are in a Kerbal orbit. Don't forget your SAS. Yeah, the SAS is something I'm pretty good about activating, especially since I use it so much. And I don't even have RCS yet. That's the crazy thing. Okay. Whoa, wait a second. I'm going prograde. I want to go retrograde. Notice that right away. Don't want to escape. Don't want to escape the influence of Kerbal. There we go. We're gonna bring this way, way low. Got caught by the moon there. That's awesome. Let's see exactly. Let's zoom out. Okay, that is inside the influence of the moon. So perfect. We're gonna warp here. And hopefully I don't get caught by the moon on accident. I don't think I will. And then we'll go ahead and bring our apoapsis down. And I don't care about being perfectly over the periapsis. Like I said, I've got thousands of delta V extra. So we're just going to do this right here. I don't even need to be careful about it at all. RCS is amazing. I love it. I just don't have it yet. What is my... Still at like 2 million. Yikes. I'm going to bring it down to about 100,000-ish. I'm going to zoom in. And I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly 100,000. I don't want it to start the air braking quite yet. That's what I don't want. Okay, fine. 126. That'll work. And I'm going to warp here. Again, I'm just bringing it, you know, kind of walking it in, and then I'll be fine. I mean, I can't go to the other view while warping. See, look how much fuel I still have available. It's crazy. See, now here's something. See, I don't like something about the controls. See, I've got the cursor going right here. If I don't have the cursor, my right and left trigger are my roll. You can see that. If I click on the left thumbstick to get the cursor, my right and left trigger are zoom in and out. And so that is one of the things that drives me nuts. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and... This shouldn't change much, but if it does, I don't care. I'm just bringing this in. If this drops below 70 or close to 70, I might stop. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'll let this go as low as 60. I don't care. Because like I said, I've got so much, and this is just, it's been a perfect mission so far. It really has. That is the only thing, is I just have to start watching my fuel. I'm not going to run out anytime soon. That's the only thing, is I just had to make sure that I wasn't going to run out of fuel. And even if I did, as long as this was below 70, I would be fine. But I'm going to have no issues with fuel here. Alright, there we go. Periapsis is dropping now. It's getting really, really low. Low enough where I'm going to go ahead and cut my engines. And I'm pretty much for sure going to be landing this cycle. The rescue mission, no, the rescue mission, I'm doing this so I can get the science so that I can get things I need to make the rescue mission easier. That's what I decided to do. So I did this mission so that I can make the rescue mission easier. And that's what happened there. All right, so now this is one of the this is the part where it becomes a waiting game here. And I check this here. What did I get for this? Just I see I got quite a bit. Flyby, minimus orbit, spacewalk. I got all kinds of good stuff for that. Discard. There we go. Jeb's gonna have to keep off the surface of the moon with enough velocity. Gonna have to leap off. I think it's a keep off. You know, I saw somebody do that. They were okay. What did they do? Anytime you're oops, I didn't close this. I don't want the doors to catch heat. I don't know if they will or not, but I'm gonna do that just in case. Let's close those doors. Anytime your Kerbonaut gets back into the ship, it refills his RCS. So you've got unlimited RCS. So somebody had run out of fuel. What they did, and they were in an orbit of the moon or Minmus. What they did is they hopped out of their deal. They grabbed onto it and they just started using their Kerbonaut's RCS to start pushing it. And then when they ran out, they'd hop back in. They'd come back out and they'd push it again. Eventually, they were able to get out of the orbit and then get into an aerobrake orbit of Kerbin, and they came back home that way. So yeah, it was hilarious to watch. Build a trebuchet and send it to Minmus and catapult Jeb. Well, he's on the moon, but yeah, it's easy to break the moon's to orbit the moon. It's pretty easy. I don't remember the speed you have to go, but it's not that high. So, poor Jeb, in game time, has been stranded for 18 days now. Now, there are, and I don't have them because obviously I'm on the Xbox, but there are mods where you have to do life support and things like that, and I think that's awesome. You know, we'd have like the Martian going on right now where Jeb would be growing stuff, you know. I think that would be awesome. Alright, but once we slow down here enough, we'll be fine. We'll land these people, or this person, I guess, and then we'll start working on our. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of science here. Hopefully, have a lot of science, and then we can start working on our rescue mission. And the science, I'm going to use it to make things just easier. I might send a satellite into space before I do the rescue mission, just for some more science. We will see. We'll just have to see what happens. Alright, there we go. We're slowing down, and we're falling in the daylight over the desert. Or the savannah. I don't know. And I thought that was hilarious. I thought I saw something moving around on my screen. And it was a fly, actually, on my screen. Like, what is that coming up from the ground? Alright, we'll go ahead and pop this here. We'll go ahead and speed up time. We'll get rid of our SAS. We don't care about that right now. And we'll go ahead and let ourselves drop. Escape velocity for the moon is 807.08 ms. Potatoes, bananas. Okay. And the most boring part of any mission right here. But we're bringing back a lot of science, and hopefully it is enough to... I don't think we made the 180 that I needed, so I might have to prioritize. We'll see. Now, ironically, we have tons of science on the moon. We have tons of science on the moon. In The Martian, Matt Damon had to grow had to grow potatoes out of his poop to survive for a year alone on Mars. Yeah. Yeah, that was actually an interesting movie. I enjoyed it. And ironically, a lot of that was scientifically accurate. That was the cool thing. I mean, there obviously it had issues. Every movie like that does. But for the most part, it was scientifically accurate, and I thought that was awesome. All right, I got an achievement. I visited Minmus. 25 gamer score points. I never pay attention to that. I have a pretty decent gamer score, I think, but I never really pay attention to it. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I should have done that, Wolf. I'm getting messages from friends, want to play Fortnite. No, I'm live streaming, but I can't tell him that now. All right, so 177 science, and I needed 180. I should have taken the sample from the desert. Oh, man. I need 3 more science in order to get everything I want. I should have taken that sample from the desert. Dang it! Dang it! Because here's what I want. Okay, yeah, here's what I want to make this easier. First of all, I want this to make it easier. This will give me the Clampatron Docking Port Junior. Okay, this will allow me to build a, to basically build something that can go down to the surface of the moon, come back up, and then re-dock with a ship that is orbiting the moon. Okay? And so that is, Apollo style. So that is one thing I want to do. That sounded like a bleep. So that's one thing I want. The other thing I want is this will make it easier, but it's not exactly necessary. But it's got a better battery, but it's got photovoltaic cells. That's one thing that I really the other thing is this right here. Actually, hold on. I got this. This is going to make it easier right here, okay? I don't need that. So, advanced construction makes it easier, but I don't necessarily need it. And then, yeah. I need to get some RCS stuff. Would be nice. Which is actually right here. Again, not necessary. But so much easier. Okay? So the one that is most necessary is this one right here. However, I'm going to do something real quick. There is a quest, or was a mission. Plant flag on Minmus, okay. Rescue. Ooh, they're trying to send me to Duna. Okay, they don't have it anymore, dang it. Dang it. They had a mission to science data from around the moon, and if that was if I had a you know what I haven't done? This is so cheap. This is so cheap. Oh, this is so cheap. Oh, this is so cheap. But something I haven't done yet. Oh, man. I don't even want to tell you what I'm about to do because everyone's going to be like, oh, that's so cheap. Let's get rid of this, the Minmus Orbit. And we are going to load OpenCraft. Oh, it was even... Okay. There we go. We're going to load this. Boom. Then, I'm going to go here. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this here. There we go. Launch. Hey, Ostrich, how's it going? So I have not started the rescue of Jeb yet, Ostrich, because I went ahead and did a mission to Minmus and orbited that and got some science and came back. Now I'm doing a cheap thing just to get a few more science so that I can have what I need to open up some things. Okay, so, boom, zoom. Am I at full zoom here? Oh, that's what I want to do. Alright, so we're going to observe materials bay. I've not done this yet, so look at that. There's 7.5 science, chat. Boom. Haha. I have not done the barometer yet here. There's 3.6 science. I only needed 3 more science to get what I wanted. And there we go. And we will log temperature there. Boom. So yes, that was cheap, but it's 4:25 a.m. here, and I work today at 7 a.m. Need to go, lol. Sorry, and keep going. I love your channel. Thank you for your time, Wolf. I stream pretty much every night at 9 p.m. my time, and so that's probably like 3 a.m. your time, I think. So, but yeah, anytime you get a chance to check us out, check us out. I appreciate you watching. There we go. I got 195 science now. Much better. Much better. So now I can go back over here and I can get the 2 things I need, which is, first one is this one. Boom. Got it. Alright. The second thing I want is that. Boom. Got that. So that worked out nicely. I need to eventually get these. I don't need them right now. So now I can start looking at, let's see if there's any other missions first. Ferry VIP to destination. I don't care about that. Okay, orbit of Kerban. Rescue these people from orbit of Kerban. Conduct observational survey. Okay, we got to be in space flight near that. Okay. I don't really care about that right now. I care about rescuing these people. That is my mission right now, is to rescue Jebediah. So that's my mission, and then I'll get lots of science from the moon when I come back, and I'll get lots of money for doing so. Okay, so we need to build us something special for this, chat. So I might not watch you tomorrow because I am leaving to the Philippines tomorrow. Hopefully I'm able to watch you every now and then while on vacation. Have a good time on vacation, Ostrich. I'm assuming you're going there with your family. Have a good time. I'll still be streaming when you get back. So obviously not one long stream, but I'll still be streaming every night when you get back. So All right, we're gonna completely build from scratch, and we're gonna call this. You know what? We're gonna call it Moon Rescue. All right, so that sounds very boring, but that's what it is. That's what we're gonna call it, Moon Rescue. All right, so we're gonna put Valentina in here, and again, I apologize, chat. My nose is itching like crazy. I've got the sniffles. It's allergies. No, 6 people watching. Hey, that's not bad. And that's only on that's only on YouTube. I've got 2 on Twitch. But, all right, okay. I don't really need to get science there. I'm only worried about landing. We can get the science from the other thing, I think. I don't know. Actually, let's see. No. I wish I could just refuel it there. Going there with mom and sister to see family. Okay. I am going to have to get new science, I think. So yeah, I am gonna have to get new science. So let's pop one of these. Let's do one of these first. Payload. Okay. Do this. Then I'm going to do a Science Junior. Then, and this is getting very long. One of these. See, I don't have. If I had the one where I could put 3 people in it, that would make things so much better. But I don't. So I've got to put this here. Boom. Okay, now let's see here. Yeah, this is what's okay. So this is what's coming back to Earth, right here, right there. That's what's coming back to Earth, or Kerbin, I should say. We need to go to utility, put some parachutes on it. And 3 should be enough for this. Right here. That way that is not. And we don't have any ladders or anything. Oh, yeah. I've got better batteries. Nice. Go ahead and open this. And we're going to... There we go. Put in several batteries. Hey, Udi, later, do you want to talk? Okay. I'm going to put in one more battery up here. Okay, that works, I guess. It stayed there. It's fine. Alright, so then we're going to go back to science here, and we're going to throw a couple more of these. We're actually going to do that point. You zoom in here. Do it like this. There we go. Oh, nope. There we go. Right there. We don't got to worry about barometers because there is no pressure there. So there we go. And we'll close it there. So that we've got all our science that we can possibly get right now. Nice, nice, nice. And this is what's returning back to Kerbin. So now we need to make the lander. How did I want to do that actually? How did I? I'm not sure how I want to do this. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do this, actually. I think I actually want to take this off and put the clampatron right here. Now, one thing I do want to do, I want to take this down here, and oh, that's a decoupler. I want to go to. This is going to be so small. Okay, you know what? I'm going to put it at the top here. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. We'll move that up. We'll take this and put it right here. And we'll put this right here. There we go. So this wheel right here, it's a reaction wheel. It helps me turn all kinds of different ways and will help the rocket turn. It just helps a lot. What about Abraham? Anything, I guess. What? Hey, EOD, later do you want to talk? Philippines are fun. What about Abraham? Anything, I guess? Well, not for the American environment. I'm going to a poorish area where my family lives. Alright, so that's what we want there. Now there's a way, and how do I do it? Open craft, save craft, okay. See something here. Okay, filter by function, filter by module, filter by resource. Sub-assemblies. There we go. Can I sub-assembly drop zone. There we go. What I'm going to do though, dang it, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. Like so many ways to do this. So let's go ahead and go with coupling, and we'll go ahead and decouple this here. Boom. Because that's going to be what's returning to Earth. That is going to be how we reconnect to the other one. So. Alright, and go ahead and put a fuel tank here. Now the question is, what is the gravity? I need to find out what the gravity on Minmus, or on the moon is. What is the gravity of the moon? KSP, moon gravity. Because then I'll know how much I might be able to put this really okay, there's the moon. Okay, gravity. Surface gravity, 1.63. Holy cow. Surface gravity is 1.62. So with this, let's see here, with this one, which has a thrust of 60, we're going to go 60 divided by 1.62. It can actually have a 37-ton lander and be okay. So that's awesome. And so it is with its ISP out there, that is awesome. That is awesome. So we're going to do that. That's going to be what we use for our lander. Okay. We're going to see our landers. There we go. We're going to see our landers 8.055, which come down to 4.55, and the gravity there is 1.62. Okay, and the ISP for this is what again? The ISP is there is going to be 345. That doesn't seem quite right. Yeah, that doesn't seem quite right. It looks like my delta V is tiny there, when it should be more. No, all right. Go with that 2322. Okay, so our lander should have 2322 delta V. So there we go. This is going to be our, well, it's going to have less than that when I put on the other landing stuff here, but what is this? This has a 10. See, here's the thing, and why I build my lander like I did last time. This has a 10 meters per second impact. Okay. This structural right here, 80 meters per second impact. It actually makes a much better landing surface than the other. It's insane. So we're gonna put that there. That there. There, I'm going to back out here now, and I'm going to put one more to make it nice and wide. Make it nice and wide. There we go. Whoops, that's a little off. I'm going to replace that correctly. There we go. It doesn't snap to very well on these, and it's on the computer. You can just snap it, you know, grab it and snap it easier. But okay, so then this is going to go up here. Boom. And then this is actually probably going to turn like they... Oh, no, it's not. Good. Let's take a look. Is that lower? Yep, it is. So then we just take this and we cross it like that. We're going to cross it up here. That. Nice. And then we're going to take it again, and we're going to right here up to here. We're going to make it nice and sturdy. So there is our landing stage right there, and it should work fine. Okay, should be absolutely fine as a landing stage. And then what'll happen is, so I'll get there, and I'll have Valentina transfer here. Then I'll have Kengan, who is a pilot, I believe. She'll get in there, or he, I don't know if it's a he or she. They'll get in there, and then they'll transfer to here. Then, last, I'll have Jebediah get out. He'll get in there, and then he'll just stay in there, and he will pilot us back home. And so that's what will happen there. The issue is now, let's get this to them in. Now the hardest part for me, honestly, will be landing close enough where they don't have to walk for 7 days just to get to my ship. I am horrible at landing precisely where I want. I really am. Alright, so now we're gonna go coupling, and we're gonna have this go right there. No. But that would be hilarious. Have my rockets all right here. Just have it. Yes, have all my rockets just come down like that. Oh, that would be hilarious. Oh, that would be absolutely hilarious. If I did this, chat, if I went boom, and then had, if I then put this here, okay, like this, and just had the rocket built out like that, let's do it. I mean, because why not? Okay, because why not? Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of them first. At first, though. Here, I'm gonna get rid of it first. Let's get rid of that. Oh, that's gonna be hilarious. Oh, that's gonna be hilarious. Let's go back to the coupling, and all right. We're gonna put another one of these right here. Not there. There we go. With, again, another one of these. That's just going to try to get us there. Alright. So now, let's go ahead and do this. Oh, this is going to be so funny. This is going to be so funny. This is hilarious, chat. Okay, so 6 of these. Okay, let's see what we got here. 6 times 167 divided by gravity means I can go up to 102. 102. Can I do one more? No, I really can't. Okay. We're gonna go swivel. Oh, this is hilarious, chat. This is hilarious. Okay, so let's figure out our delta V for this here. There we go. Oh, I need to, before I forget, I need to put a couple of these on. Put it right there. There we go. Alright, so let's figure up our delta V real quick on this portion. Okay, actually, yeah, I'm going to ignore this. That'll just be extra delta V. Okay, so our full weight is 81835. 81835. There are 12 of them, so that's going to be 48. Okay, so 81 minus 48 is 33. So that's 33.835. The ISP on these is 250, so that gives me 2166 delta V right there. That is hilarious. Alright, so now this is gonna be ridiculous, but I'm enjoying it so much. Alright, so we're gonna go coupling here. This isn't gonna work the way I wanted it to. I don't need this dock. I don't need this thing right here. It's not gonna work the way I wanted it to at all. But I'm gonna keep it just in case it gets lost in space. Alright, so alright, and we're going to put this right here. Boom. Alright, so now having 12 of them, 12 times 167 divided by 9.81. So 204 is what it can go up to now. And then we will throw these engines at it. And let's figure out our delta V here in just a second. We're gonna make sure that this feeds correctly. Boom, boom. Okay. And then we're gonna go over to this and make sure it's just strutted so that we don't lose anything here. Zoom out slightly. And then we're strutting again. Oh no. Okay. And we're gonna cross strut it from there to there. Okay, so now we're gonna figure out our delta V. This thing's cracking me up, chat. It really is. All right, so we've got 172.885, and we've got 18 of those. So 172 minus 18 times 4 equals 100. 100.885. So we've got 1,321 delta V on that point. So we've got 5,809 delta V, chat, plus whatever's in here. This is absolutely hilarious. This is cracking me up. This spaceship. This is not realistic at all. This is not realistic at all. But I like the way it looks. I really do. It's like... So, there we go. Jebediah Kerman is the most important character in this game. Yes, yes he is. Which is why we are building such a monstrosity to rescue him. This has 5809 DV. Whoops. There we go. Fair enough. Alright, so we're going to save the craft. Alright, chat. We're going to launch here in just a second, but I have been going for 2 hours. It is time for me to take a quick break. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the launch pad. Make sure it's not going to destroy itself on the launch pad. As I said, EOD is at a yes or a no. So anyway, we're gonna take a break, and I will be back here in just a second. I just want to make sure it won't crash. This ship is not. It looks hilarious. I love what I did here for aesthetics purposes here. I love it. I love it. Oh, you know what I didn't do though? Oh man, glad I noticed this. I didn't grab this and put this here. Boom. Okay, so all those need to fire off at the same time. That, then that goes off. And when those go off, that needs to kick in. There we go. And when that goes off, that needs to kick in. So there we go. I had the staging all messed up. So, alright, so I'm gonna pause it here, chat. I will be right back in just a second. I'm gonna get a refill. Oops, I'm gonna get a refill on my drink, and I will be here. We will launch it. Let's see if... Why is Bill the pilot? Why is Bill the pilot? Why did that... No. Valentina needs to be the... Why would I put an engineer in here? Valentina's safe and sound. Okay, while I'm in here, I will go ahead and fix this here like I just did. Bring these 6 down here. Make sure it's the right one. That rocket will start when those 6 fall. And then that one will start when that breaks. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why they put an engineer instead of a pilot in there. Why would they do that? Okay, let's put the pilot in there. And then we're going to leave these 2 empty for, obviously, the 2 that I'm about to rescue. So now let's save the craft. We're going to hit the launch. Alright, and I will be right back, chat. Again, going to refill my drink and take a break. Been going for nearly 2 hours, so be right back. Alright, getting ready to come back. Turn my ringer down. Okay, coming back here. Back to the live stream. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and take this mission off. We're going to see what happens. Again, this is hilarious. This whole thing is hilarious to me. What does this say? Return from flyby. I thought I already got rid of it. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna sail to the stars. I'm half throttle again. I need to make sure I fix that. All right, so we are in time dilation, as you can see, and we do have a lot. We got 12 swivel engines firing right now. And yeah, with time dilation, this is now with it being such a wide base, I think it is going to be harder for me to lose control. So that's a good thing. Be harder for me to lose control of it as I start my turn, which I may not even start that turn until, I don't know. We'll work with this stage and see what happens. Yeah, I can't tell. We might start the turn before this stage is over. This stage has a delta V of 1,321. The next one has 2,166. We'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. I should have started my turn by now. Yeah, it's my delta V or my. Ooh dear, we're losing. Come on, bring it back, bring it back. Oh hey, well we did our turn. That was not as intended, but yeah, hey, we did our turn, and we want to keep it on that 90-degree line. We're losing it here. We're losing it here. Okay, we're about to lose some of our engines here. There we go. Let's get rid of those. Let's continue our tilt here. We want to stay on that 90-degree because it'll make it so much easier to land where I want to land. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. I don't know why I'm fighting it so hard. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to do this so I can zoom in and take a look at my apoapsis here. My apoapsis is still kind of low, but we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine, chat. My turn went too fast, but we're going to be fine. It's going to be easy to circularize at this rate. Bring myself up to that 90. There we go. We really want to be right on that 90 line, so we're in a perfect plane to intercept the moon, and then so that we can land, because Jebediah is on that 90 degree plane. So yeah, this is gonna be nice. This is actually gonna work out nicely, I think. Zoom out a little bit. We'll bring it up to a little bit, medium orbit here. And yikes, this is working out nicely. Working out real nicely. Okay, there we go. We'll cut it there. How much fuel left? We should be able to circularize here. No worries. Then let's see, where's the moon at? It's not going to line up perfectly for that. That's hilarious. If some of my missions have, most do not. So at this point, I don't really even worry about a waypoint or, you know, a nav point for circularization, because I'm not really worried about that it's perfectly circular or anything like that. The way I calculate my delta V, I've got lots of delta V. So let's see, how much more time? We've only got a couple minutes here. I'm not going to fast forward time. But yeah, we should be, our electric charge will be charging up because of the sun. We've actually got, we're not too much in the sun right now. But yeah, we've actually got yeah, we're not getting charged up, but we've actually got cells. There we go. Yeah, see, photovoltaic cells. There's nothing going on right now. Like they're not getting charged right now. But yeah, this is the biggest thing I miss, because I can figure out my delta V by myself. The biggest thing I miss about not having Kerbal Engineer is it doesn't tell me. Kerbal Engineer puts this deal up here which tells you your current, you know, time to apoapsis, your current apoapsis, your current periapsis. So you can actually circularize from this screen right here if you wanted. And that is the biggest thing I miss about not having Kerbal Engineer, is that right there. Let's circularize this a little bit. I could probably wait until I'm closer to it, but again, it does not matter. Yeah, I don't want it to get too far though. I've got it. See, I've got, this thing says that it has 5,809 delta V. However, that is that's not even counting a stage that I put in there. It's going to have at least 1,000, maybe 2,000 delta V. So I've got plenty of delta V on this thing. So I'm not too worried about my delta V. So again, for those of you just tuning in, I am headed to the moon because on the moon, stranded on the moon, is Jebediah Kerman with another pilot that he actually rescued from orbit of the moon. Then he got stranded himself. Now, if Valentina gets stranded there as well, I may just have to laugh. Then we might as well set up a colony at that point. Alright, let's circularize this here. Actually kill that. What are we at here? Okay. So I'm gonna stage. Can't stage yet. There we go. That way those will not be floating in space. That was my biggest thing. I didn't want them floating in space. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we have the moon. Where is the moon? Moon's over here somewhere, I think. There we go. So we want our point to be right about right here. Add maneuver. Okay, out here, back here. And let's see what we've got going on here. We should have plenty of delta V in this. There we go. We should have plenty of delta V in this stage in order for this to work fine. So there we go. Estimated burn, though, 4 minutes and 8 seconds. That's the crazy thing. Because we have a engine that's very efficient. It's very efficient. It's just what in the world? Oh, I did not mean to add another point there. No, that point goes away. I meant to warp there. That's what I wanted to do. And so now, the biggest issue again is going to be landing near Jebediah and the other one. That's going to be the biggest issue. So we'll see what we got here. We're going to go ahead and start the burn now. And we'll see what happens. I'm wondering if there's a way for me to see my own chat on my phone. So, what happened, chat? Chat suddenly died. Did everybody leave, or people just being quiet now? I mean, we had Ostrich, Abraham, EOD was here, CM was here. So what ended up happening? Did people just decide they need to get going? We should have plenty of fuel for this to work. We are, like I said, this engine is very, that's what I'm looking for. This engine is very efficient. However, it is also very weak. It doesn't have a lot of thrust. So that's the biggest thing about this engine. So it takes forever for it to use the Delta V. So it doesn't use Delta V fast, but it has a lot of Delta V. You can see how long it's actually taking it to you know, get this orbit where I want it. There we go. Now I'm pointed directly at the moon. That's the price we pay for having high Delta V and efficient engines. Abraham says, I'm still here. Well, thank you for still being here, Abraham. It seems like chat died. I mean, nothing was said for nearly 20 minutes. So I'm not sure what happened, but people just decided to quit talking, I guess. But yeah, we're about to make our interception here. I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of this. I don't need this anymore right here. And we're just gonna sit here until we interact with the moon here. And I'm a little nervous about this landing on the moon, if I'm honest. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good, chat. That's not good. I had to use this. Okay. Yeah, that's not good at all, chat. That I had to start using this stage here. This is my landing stage. It's not good at all. Okay, so we're gonna zoom out here. See something here. We're gonna zoom out even more. Guess we're gonna zoom out even more. I'm on that same plane. Kind of. That's all that really matters. I do need to adjust up, evidently. So yeah, I need to get on a better plane with the... Okay, so which way is it? If I add a maneuver here... Add maneuver. Boom. Okay. It is closed triangle is the way I want to go. That's the way I want to go to fix this. So what I'm doing, chat, is I am trying to make myself on the same plane as the people on the that's the open triangle. We want to go to the closed triangle. As the people on the moon. Doing so will make it easier for me to save them. It'll make it easier for me to land right where I want to. So the way we will know is you see how everything is kind of skewed right now. It will become unskewed. That should be fine right there. But we are, let's see here. We'll just get out there and see what happens. Shouldn't be too much. Alright, warp here. Oh wow, see how it changed. Do they have me wrecking into it now? I don't want to wreck into it. That's bad. That's a bad idea. Now, what would be hilarious is if they had me wrecking into it, but that it would be exactly where I wanted to land to to pick up the other two. That'd be awesome, because then I could just, you know, land there instead of wreck there. Okay, now I need to fix this before I wreck. Which way is it that I need to go? Add maneuver. Boom. Okay, I need to go... Wow. I need to go closed circle. Which looks like it's this way. You know, I could do open circle since I'm already that way, actually. Yes. It's going to use a lot more delta V than I had planned, though, is the issue. That's the biggest issue here. If she lands here and needs to be rescued, I'm just going to leave them all on the planet for a while. I'm going to do other missions and just figure it out without them. Okay, what does that give me? 42,000. Okay. Now the question is, how do I add maneuver? Back this out. I want to cross the path of this right here. Which actually, am I doing that? That's the crazy thing. It's hard to see. I'm gonna have to get closer, I guess. Let's first of all get rid of this. Boom. Let's get closer by warping here. Yes, warp here. I just can't see like what I'm doing. But it is indeed, I am indeed already crossing the path. That's awesome. Okay, that was totally on accident. I will readily admit that, but that's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go retrograde. We're gonna zoom in some. We're gonna go right here. Warp here. It's not exactly crossing it. Dang it. Oh well, we're gonna land. If we have the Delta V. We might not have the Delta V to do it. And if so, that's gonna be horrible, and we will just roll this back. We'll just revert the whole flight. Can I revert the flight? I can revert the flight. Okay. And I may have to spend more time on just doing other missions for a while. If this doesn't work though, I'm gonna cut the stream this evening and we'll resume tomorrow. And we'll see what happens though. Yeah, I don't think I have enough to do it. I don't think I have enough fuel. Maybe I do, but I don't think I have enough fuel to do it. There's my landing where I want to land. Now, if I land, I could always... Now, how far away are they? That's the question. How far away is it? 75 kilometers. Holy cow. That's way too far for them just to walk. Alright, forget it. I'm reverting this flight. Reverting it to vehicle assembly. It's not going to work. I would literally spend the rest of my stream just having them walk there, and they can't walk that far. So I need something better. So we have a challenge here, chat, to build something better. We need to build something better. But I know I've only been on here for about 2.5 hours, but I need to go ahead and get off here, chat. I may be on a little bit later, but for right now, I need to get off of here, and you all have been great to stick around for a while and watch me play and talk with me and things like that, but got some other things going on, so I just need to get going. But we'll be back again. We might be back a little bit later, but I'm not going to make any promises, but we'll be back tomorrow night. And we'll see what we can do about rescuing them. Again, we might just have to do some other missions until we finally get enough science to make it really easy to rescue them. I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, that's all from me tonight so far. So you all have a good night, and thanks for watching.